Antoine Vermette, Patrick Sharp coming in hot, stopped.
Good day and welcome to another episode of Four Feathers from City on the Take. Again, as always, I am your host, Jim Kress Jr. This last week, the Blackhawks were on their dad's trip. They went to Arizona and won 2-1 against the Coyotes, and just yesterday, they beat the San Jose Sharks 6-2 during an afternoon affair. There were a lot of things that happened this last week, so let's get to the Four Feathers. Corey Crawford is again my green feather for the second week in a row. He has been outstanding, but the Blackhawks had a great week this last week, so I don't have just one or two, but I have three green feathers. Corey Crawford in his last 6 games has gone 5-0-1. He's had a save percentage of .962. He has saved 178 shots out of 185 total. He has a shutout in his last 6 games as well. My second green feather is going to go to Patrick Sharp. He went 18 games without a goal, and just yesterday against the San Jose Sharks, he scored 2. He had a chance for an empty netter to get the hat trick, but he had a much less selfish play and decided to just get the puck out of the zone anyway. Marian Hossa ended up scoring a empty net goal in the game. My third green feather has been the lines. Yes, Patrick Kane's been out, but Joe Quenneville has finally efficiently used his lines correctly. Of course, in the top line, you've got Taze, Hossa, and Versteeg, but the second line has consisted of Brandon Saad, Antoine Vermette, and Teuvo Teravainen, and they have been world eaters at the second line. Of course, Andrew Shaw down on the fourth line has been tremendous. He's finally let loose to run free and wreak havoc along the boards on the fourth line. Now, Patrick Sharp and Brian Bickle paired with Brad Richards on the third line could be great. Patrick Sharp getting out of his slump and Brian Bickle, who also scored a goal against San Jose, getting out of a slump would be fantastic for the third line. And that would be a great third line that has the ability to both check and score. My yellow feather is going to be going to the offense. Now, yes, the Blackhawks have got 13 out of their last 16 possible points since the Patrick Kane injury, but they've only scored 2.5 goals a game since then. Now, 2.5 goals a game doesn't sound bad with the NHL leading scorer out, but 30% of the goals in the last 8 games came in the San Jose game just yesterday. So the Blackhawks offense really needs to pick up the pace because Patrick Kane's going to be out for a very long time. Now, this last week was very good, but as far as the red feather is going to be going to, it will be the starts. Just yesterday against the San Jose Sharks, the Blackhawks were outshot 7-1 to start the game. Now, that wasn't great, but they turned it around and they ended up winning 6-2. But putting that much pressure on your goaltender and yourself as a team doesn't help out in the long run. Now, they're going to be facing much tougher teams down the stretch, and when the playoffs come along, you don't want to be down 2-0 to start the game against the St. Louis Blues in a 7-game series. Time for the orange feather, the statistical oddity. Now, the Blackhawks power play at one point was 0 for 15, but in their last 2 games, they have gone 4 for 10. So 40% in 2 games is a great number to grow upon. Let's hope that the Blackhawks power play has started to figure things out with the new additions of Antoine Vermette and Teuvo Teravainen up from Rockford. Again, thank you for joining us here at City on the Take's Four Feathers. You can follow me on Twitter at Jim Kress Jr. or City on the Take at City on the Take. Like us on Facebook for more, and always share and comment on our articles. Thank you, and go Hawks!